Dublin worst ever seen flood chaos as Storm Chandra rain bursts riverbanks and Met Eireann warn of more to come. Cars have been abandoned, people are being rescued on dinghies, schools have closed, and thousands are without power as Storm Chandra hits Dublin hard. Some areas of the county remain underwater this morning as Dublin Fire Brigade prioritizes life risk emergencies, with Met Eireann warning flood risks will persist for the rest of the week due to continued rain and slow drainage. Around 20,000 homes, farms and businesses are without power across Ireland so far this morning, with a further 10,000 outages in the north. Local authorities in Louth, Dublin and Wexford have reported flooding, with other areas also believed to be affected. It is understood that a part of Enniscorthy town in Wexford is being evacuated, and some locals in Aughrim and Wicklow are trapped in their homes as a result of severe flooding. In Dublin, pictures show cars submerged in parts of Rathfarnham, Sandyford, Nutgrove, and Rathgar, with Dublin Fire Brigade also attending to flooding reported in Kilternan, Hunters Wood, Firhouse, and Glencullen. The Dodder River burst its banks at Milltown in Dublin 6, with the Dodder Road lower being completely closed off due to flooding. Fine Gael TD for Dublin Bay South, James Geoghegan, told the Irish Independent that the flooding at Dodder Park is the worst I've ever seen, and the M50 northbound has been fully closed at Junction 13 due to floods. The wicked weather is bringing gusts of up to 120 km, falls of snow and heavy rain, with some 20,000 people already without power, falls of snow in some areas, and a number of communities cut off by flooded roads. Weather chiefs have warned of flying roof tiles and other debris posing a danger to life, with reports of trees down across the country flooding in. ESB has said around 20,000 homes, farms and businesses are without power, with crews already mobilized to assess the damage. The video in our player above shows cars stranded on flooded roads and water levels rising near houses in the Bellarmine area of Sandyford in Dublin. Over 300 schools across Northern Ireland have confirmed closures, with the possibility of more being announced as conditions worsen, and a number of schools in Wicklow, Wexford and Dublin have also been forced to shut as the weather causes chaos. Busy Fingers Preschool and Sacred Heart National School in Aughrim, Wicklow, and Ballyball National School, Old Town National School and Rollastown National School in Dublin have all confirmed closures this morning. St Mary's CBS and Calais Bride Secondary Schools and St Aidan's Primary School in Enniscorthy, Wexford also announced closures. Met Eireann has already warned train passengers to expect major disruptions, with flooding currently affecting a number of locations. Broombridge was closed for a time, but has since been reopened and is operating with delays, while flooding has been reported at Lansdowne, Donabate, Salthill, Blackrock, and Phoenix Park Tunnel. A number of ferry sailings have been cancelled, with Irish Ferries and Stena Line both reporting services being axed between Dublin and Holyhead. Dublin Airport warned of disruptions to the flight schedule as strong winds gust across Ireland, the UK, and at least 30 flights at Belfast City Airport have been cancelled. Multiple roads have already been flooded overnight, and there are fears of a number of rivers bursting their banks due to the heavy rain falling on already saturated ground. The River Slaney in Enniscorthy, Wexford, and the Cooley Peninsula in Louth are of particular concern, with county councils monitoring both sites. A number of motorists have become stranded on flooded roads, and Ireland has been warned that conditions are expected to worsen from this afternoon onwards, based on the low pressure, winds, and rainfall forecasted. Sleet and snow fell on high ground in some areas last night, and winds have already gusted at 119 km at Malin Head this morning. The entire country is currently under a status yellow wind warning. The alert will remain in place until 11 p.m. tonight, with Met Eireann warning Winds associated with Storm Chandra will be very strong and gusty, particularly on coasts and in exposed areas. The forecaster outlined fallen trees and loose debris, wave overtopping and hazardous travel conditions. Carlow, Kilkenny, Louth, Wexford, Wicklow and Waterford are under a status yellow rain warning until 11 p.m. tonight, with Met Eireann warning of localized flooding, river flooding and difficult travel conditions as a result of the persistent rain. Antrim, Down and Derry are under a status orange alert until 9 p.m. tonight, while the UK Met Office has a status yellow wind and rain warning for Antrim, Armagh, Down, Fermanagh, Tyrone and Derry in place until midnight.
After 3 years claims-free, straight into your account. Like the sound of that? Visit insurance.ie today.
Commuters across the capital are feeling the pain of Storm Chandra this morning, with motorists stranded on flooded motorways on routes into the city, as well as roads right throughout Dublin city centre. There are reports of cars stranded in Orwell Park in Dublin as the River Dodder burst its banks and flooded the road through the park. Chaos also for public transport users, with a number of rail, DART and bus options into the city centre cancelled, diverted or delayed by hours due to the flooded roads and continuing downpour in the city. Commuters are reporting long delays on bus routes from commuter towns too, with Transport for Ireland posting updates to delayed routes on their social media pages. Many roads are flooded in Wicklow and Kilkenny, and traffic is said to be chaotic along the N11 towards Dublin, with a number of accidents reported. Commuters across the capital are feeling the pain of Storm Chandra this morning, with motorists stranded on flooded motorways on routes into the city, as well as roads right throughout Dublin city centre. There are reports of cars stranded in Orwell Park in Dublin as the River Dodder burst its banks and flooded the road through the park. A video posted on Radio Nova's Instagram page shows an unfortunate motorist whose car is half submerged in floodwaters. Chaos also for public transport users, with a number of rail, DART and bus options into the city centre cancelled, diverted or delayed by hours due to the flooded roads and continuing downpour in the city. Commuters are reporting long delays on bus routes from commuter towns too, with Transport for Ireland posting updates to delayed routes on their social media pages. Many roads are flooded in Wicklow and Kilkenny, and traffic is said to be chaotic along the N11 towards Dublin, with a number of accidents reported. The impact of the storm is worst along the east coast this morning. Many roads are flooded in Wicklow and Kilkenny, and traffic is said to be chaotic along the N11 towards Dublin, with a number of accidents reported. Parents and school children across the country are on high alert for school closures this morning because of Storm Chandra and the ensuing travel disruption. School closures in Ireland are based on official weather warnings plus local safety conditions, and the final call is usually made at the school management level. Met Eireann warnings and local authority guidance explicitly advise motorists traveling to schools and workplaces this morning to stay away from flooded roads and to expect difficult driving due to surface water, debris, and reduced visibility. Status yellow rain warnings cover most of the east and southeast, meaning rivers and low-lying streams could rise extremely quickly, and rural roads could become submerged or impassable in a short space of time. The M50 is extremely busy this morning as an accident at Junction 12, Firhouse, is causing massive delays, and 2 lanes of the motorway are closed at Junction 13, Dundrum.